Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Arlisa Lizana. I am the CEO of Transforming Communities, and it's our Friday live time. So I'm happy to be here with you today. So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects. So hopefully I don't go on and on because I really love this subject. But we're going to talk about family operations management. So I know you're like, what is that? I've never heard of operations management for families. Well, let's talk a little bit about it. Have you ever heard the term of charity begins at home, right? So the starting place for everything is in the household, it's at home. And so for me, when I think about family operations management, I think of it as like my baseline for everything that I might want to do, like all the goals and things that I have. It really begins with how my household is functioning. So family operations management is really, it involves the organization, overseeing the daily activities, responsibilities of our family, improving our efficiency, reducing our stress, just really enhancing, our overall way of life as a family. So it's similar to how a business is run, hence the term operations. But it's tailored to the unique needs of families and the dynamics of families. So there are domains in family operations management, and some of those domains are fiscal management, household management, time management, effective communication, so family communications, crisis management, and emergency preparedness. You're thinking about like operations management, family operations management, like why would we need that? What is that and why do we need it? So there are some common challenges that families face, and some of these may sound familiar to you. I've probably experienced every single one of these at some time or another. But things like financial disorganization. I don't know about you, but there have been times in my life when I've come home and the water didn't work, right? Try to turn on the water, didn't work. Or, electricity was out or something like that. And these were times sometimes that I had the funds to pay, the bills. We've all been on the struggle buses sometime or another, but I had the money to pay the bill. I just literally forgot about it. So I didn't have a plan, I didn't have it written down, I didn't have a reminder, I had anything like that. I literally just forgot to pay. So that's an example of financial disorganization. Cluttered and disorganized home. So how many of you lose your keys often? That's a big thing, misplace your keys. You just put them somewhere, you forget where you put them, or misplace your license or your wallet or something like that. I'm a mother of three, so as my girls were growing up, there were many times where, they would misplace their homework, or misplace something that they needed for school and was looking for it. So I had to come up with organization and systems to really deal with that. Another common thing that happens in families is time mismanagement. How many times have we dropped, as mothers or parents, have we dropped the kids off late to school? Hopefully it's not an everyday occurrence, but as an example of time mismanagement, or they're supposed to be at practice or be somewhere and we're running late, often because of something that, had forgot to let the dog out or something that, kind of happened in the house, right? So that's an example of time mismanagement. Poor communication. Oh, I thought you were going to do that. Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. Oh, I was supposed to pick up the kids today. I thought it was your turn. So not communicating. So poor communication. Nutritional challenges. How many times, and I have done this often, how many times if you come home, didn't have time to do grocery shopping and you just literally, it was too late, so you had to eat whatever was in the house. So you ate that, sandwich, that butter sandwich, that sugar sandwich. That, I'm taking you guys back too far, but you ate that sandwich, you ate cereal for dinner or whatever you could, and you really weren't getting the nutrition that you needed because that happened often. So an example of that. Inconsistent routines, inconsistent bedtimes. Sometime I'll go to bed at 8, sometime I'll go at 10, sometime I'll go at 2 a.m. And I know that if I stay up too late, then oh, I see someone said they ate butter noodles. Yeah, that's a good one. I've had butter noodles too. Because you eat whatever's in the house, whatever you can, what ingredients that I have, what two things go together. So in terms of like inconsistent routines, going to bed at different, hours and things like that, knowing that if you stay up, and you binge watch shows that you're going to be tired in the morning. Ineffective crisis handling, when something may happen, a crisis, occurs and you're not equipped to handle and you don't know what to do. You don't know where the emergency numbers are. You don't know who to call. You don't know where to find funds, for emergencies and things like that. Missed opportunities. I've many times I've missed emails about scholarships, for example, to summer camps and things like that because I was too busy or I didn't have time to check my email or I didn't clean out my email box. So, it was just tons of spam. So missed opportunities and literally overall stress and just reduction of quality of life. So these are the things that we experience as family and as individuals all the time. So really, family operations management is really about changing that to increase the joy and ease in life. So how can we make things better for ourselves and our families? So when we do pay attention to better structural, organization within our families and our households, some of the things that can change would be increased efficiency. So being able, to be efficient in the way that we do things, grocery shopping, saving money, having a list, those type of things. Financial stability, avoid paying late fees. How many of us are guilty of that? Paying late fees because we forgot to pay a bill, on time. So helping with our financial stability, if we could pay our bills on time. Reduce stress, improve communication, better health and well-being. Stronger family bonds. So, more time to hang out with our family instead of, time spent, trying to run around and, clean up at the last minute because we have visitors coming. Preparedness for emergencies. Personal development is a big one, so if you are like me and you've spent a lot of time, say, doing laundry or folding all the family's laundry and washing and folding and putting away. That took up so much time. I could be, if I wanted to be a writer, I could be writing, I could be reading, I can be doing other things with that time spent, doing all of that work. Consistency and routine. And then, as I mentioned, all of these things make time for and space for joy and ease. So when we think of, family operations management, like I said, this is near and dear to my heart. So, a couple of things about me. As mentioned, a mother of three. My girls were 4 years apart. So we were always constantly every 4 years having a ton of graduations or a ton of promotions. I also have a niece that's 4 years older than them and another niece that's 4 years younger than them. So we kind of have, this 4-year span. So I spend a lot of time around my own family and my own children and around my sisters and my brother's family and their kids and so forth. And we just grew up with a lot of cousins and so forth. So constantly, around family. I also have run operations for my own company, as you see, as well as other companies. In my day job, I work at Morehouse School of Medicine. I am Associate Vice President for Health, Innovation, and Strategy. So operations is a big part of my day. And near and dear to my heart is really just helping families and individuals just be more efficient and really just have time to enjoy life. I talked about transforming communities and our whole reason, why we are here. Our purpose is really to, increase just the wonderful part, of our lives, having time for family and friends and having ease and having satisfaction. And so I envisioned the Clearpath Family Operations Management Program is really to help families optimize their daily operations through structured assessments, personalized improvement plans, follow-up calls, dedicated support. And so the way that it works is that we have an initial assessment. So, you go to my website and you book an introductory call. I will send you an initial assessment. It is a 30-item questionnaire. It doesn't take that long. It's multiple choice where you're just answering questions about your daily functioning, with your family or even as an individual, like how you do things. For example, do you have a budget in place? And so once you do that assessment, then we have our introductory call. And on the introductory call, we talk about your results. So high level, we talk about, some of the strengths that you have now, as an individual or have as a family, in terms of operations, as well as some challenges, things that you can improve. So I tell you a little bit about my program. And so if you sign up, for the program, then we have the next results call, which is a detailed results and analysis call. We really work on your operations management plan for your family. So we really do a deep dive into your assessment. We just talk through all of the challenge areas and even some of the strength areas. So while you may have a budget, and you may have, a financial goal, you may not have savings, so, what things can you do as a family, as an individual, to improve your overall financial stability? So we'll talk through that, and we'll come up with a detailed plan together. So your personalized 6-month plan will include a 30-day plan. So things to improve in 30 days and the resources on how to do that, things to improve in 90 days, and then things to improve in 180 days or 6 months. And so during that time, we also have scheduled calls to check in on progress. So we have a 30-day call, we have a 90-day call, and a 180-day call. And so the benefits of, really having those calls as support, we can troubleshoot. So, you have things that you want to put in place in 30 days. So I'll give you an example. One thing that I really hated to do, but I always did, was laundry. I don't know how many of you can relate to piles of laundry. So when I would see piles of laundry, I literally had like an internal freak out. Like it kind of made me kind of stiff when I saw piles of laundry. Like, oh my God. And it seemed like laundry was never ending. It's like always like not only do I have to, wash and fold and put away, but it keeps happening. Like every week I have to do this. So, laundry was always a big thing, for me. And so, one day my husband was like, why are you doing it? And I was thinking like, I'm not supposed to do it. Like, as a wife, as a woman, I know this is not the only thing I can do, but it seemed like something that I should be doing. Like I never asked, should I do, the laundry? I just did it. It was something, that your parents teach you how to do. And so he's like, you don't really have to do the laundry. And I was like, you know what? You're right. So now I outsource. I found the app and it's actually $1 a pound. It's not that expensive. And I outsource the laundry. So, and the thing that I love about it is that number one, I don't see big piles of laundry anymore. But number two, they fold my sheets so nice and I can just put them in the closet there. It's just so nice because I always hated folding sheets. You're trying to get that fitted sheet in there and it was just always just, and I end up just balling it up and kind of throwing it in the closet. So I really enjoy, that the sheets and towels are folded and I don't, have to worry about the laundry. So yes, there's a price that comes with that. So although it's not that expensive, it's still a price. But I had to think like, what other things can I cut back in order to be able to avoid having to do the laundry. So not only did the laundry kind of, give me stress, but it took a lot of time where I can be doing other things. So for me, I decided to give up my Starbucks habit. So I was getting like, Starbucks every morning, every day. And I was like, you know what? I can have coffee at home. So I still get, Starbucks occasionally. It's a treat though. So it's different, so occasionally I'll still get it. But, really it was, I set up like a little coffee bar. I wish I can show you, but I set up a little coffee bar, in my house that has, my syrups and everything, that I want to have with my coffee. And then, so more days than not, I have coffee at home. So that money that I saved, with my coffee, my Starbucks habit, I was able to, kind of put on the laundry. So just an example of how you can make some changes. And to me, having that laundry done was more important than having that particular coffee. I still have coffee, but having coffee, from Starbucks or another place. So just an example, of improvements and things you can make. So really kind of understanding in your family, like how your household is functioning, or even you as an individual, how you're functioning and what things like, do you think that you can change that would benefit you? So having the laundry done as an example gave me time, to be able to do other things, to, work on a book that I'm writing, etc. So, that's part of what we'll do. And then there's just so many benefits. So I guess personal benefits, just improved efficiency in your house. Stop running around trying to find your keys or your wallet when you're trying to run out the door. Enhanced communication, being able to know who's doing what and, when. Um, like just better overall well-being for the family, and it's this concept of moving from overwhelm to order. Moving from overwhelm is just like, yes, let's move away from overwhelm. Let's get it. And so the Clearpath Family Operations Management Program. So you want to know how much it costs. So yes, it's a one-time payment of $12.97 per family. So $1,297 per family, or there's a monthly payment option of $299 per month. Again, for the 6 months. It's a 6-month program. But after the 6 months, you will feel so much better. You will be really excelling in your personal life. You'll see the benefits in your professional life. Your family will move with more ease and joy, and just really having time, to be a family and doing fun things together, and not trying to figure out, who's going to clean up all of this mess. So, again, this is one of my favorite topics. So hopefully I didn't go on and on and on about it, but I really do love to be able to help families and help communities. So I hope that was helpful, you guys, and happy Friday, and I will see you next week. Hope you have a great weekend.